If you are here, then there is a really solid chance that you are looking for some new strategies. You want to build some skills. You want to be more connected to yourself, your intuition, more confident as a mother and in your life. If you're a professional mom who is feeling pulled in multiple directions at the same time, then this live broadcast, this Facebook group, and all of the workshops that I offer are going to be infinitely helpful for you to map out a better strategy. So, some of the things I've been hearing lately, and in today's live broadcast, I'm going to offer you some solutions. I'm going to offer you some steps that you can take right now today in order to begin to see different results. I really want to help you to have that roadmap. I hear it all the time. Like I know what I don't want, but I just don't know how to get where I want to go. That's really typical when you have just your plate is overloaded as a working mom. You've got scheduling challenges, you've got logistical challenges, managing family and home. Often we will take care of everyone else first before we even check in with ourselves to notice, well, what about me? What do I need? And as a Gen Xer, I am definitely on the side of like really appreciating solid, firm boundaries in parenting. And also because of who I am as like a highly sensitive person in many ways. And and a person who is empathic and feels a lot of things my kids are feeling. Just learning how to parent from who I am naturally. So, heart based, really helping my kids feel safe. This is work I do with my clients as well, helping helping them to create their own sense of safety in the world, because that's where confidence comes from for us, but and for them too. Like that's where they will thrive and succeed. If you have a spirited kid, it's a little twist on that. Kid with sensory challenges, it's a twist, but it's not that different. We need to build safety for them so that they can regulate their emotions and they can learn how to plot their own course toward whatever success and happiness means for them. We can't do it for them. We can't do it for them, but we can do it for ourselves. And then we can show them how to do it for themselves from two and up. So this is not, I'm not just talking about teenagers. I'm talking about from toddlers and beyond. If you don't have an infant, then this applies to you. If you do have an infant, it's all about being there, safety, security, protection, all of those things. But I see moms failing to make that transition from I do everything for you, I provide everything that you need, to, okay, now it's your turn to step up. And so what happens is the kind of fabric of the family starts to get really strained and stressed. Relationships get strained and stressed. Your marriage or the marriage begins to unravel and fall apart because moms make one critical mistake of realizing that there is a time to start stepping back and doing less and supporting your children to do more. And in my Wake and Motherhood program, which is a 6 week that transformational program where I help my clients to transform the way that they do motherhood and family and that space in between work and home. And I see it all the time. Moms are usually this is less of a Gen Xer thing and more of a millennial thing or somewhere in between the two. But moms sometimes will make the mistake of having this understanding or this belief. It's so unconscious. We don't even know we have it. That it's my job to take care of everyone's emotions in my family. And I will do that at any cost. Now I'm working full time or more, and I'm managing a team, and I'm taking care of everyone's emotions in my home. And I don't even realize I'm doing that. What's going to happen is a big collapse, a big crash. Okay. So, resonating for you guys, just drop me a yes if any piece of this feels true for you. I want to know where you are with this. I want to be able to help you. So, let me say just a bit about what this space is for and what how I serve this community and beyond and my audiences of moms. I am here to tell you the truth as I see it and as I know it, as I have experienced it as a psychotherapist and coach of 20 years with moms, with couples, with families. I now primarily work with moms to help families. And in my own experience as a mom of two, with my own set of unique challenges, my family's set of unique challenges, things we have gone through with my kids, things that my husband and I have gone through that have taught me so much, and I'm grateful for every lesson. I don't begrudge any challenge that we've had. I mean, believe it or not, and there have been some really juicy ones that lasted way longer than I wish they would have lasted before I found solutions or created solutions and ways through them. All of this, all of it informs my program work with my clients, the live broadcast every week that I do, and filters into the content I bring you in the free workshops. And we've got one coming up, Thrive Motherhood Method, brand new content. The theme of this one is all about parenting for peace at home. And there is strategy that is not common knowledge that I'm going to bring you. Really uncommon strategies and techniques that just work. They're simple. They don't require a lot of thinking. They don't require time and chore charts. And I hate that stuff. It's just not like that. I can't do it. It's too overwhelming for me. My life needs to be simple. I'm running a business, I'm running a team. I'm a marketing content creator for my own business and company. I am doing all kinds of things that I'm building in my sort of, we call it the parking lot, things I'm creating, new content, new projects, new resources for you guys. I don't have time to develop resources to help manage my family or my kids' behaviors. It needs to happen live in the moment where they hear me and they get the message, and then we work as a team to accomplish the tasks. They need to know why. And this has been true since my kids were babies. As soon as they had receptive language, they could understand what I was saying. This was true. That I needed what I was gonna give them to land. I needed them to understand my directions. I needed them to learn to cooperate, to be a team, to have buy-in, so that what I was giving them was translating to us working together in cooperation to have a beautiful, organized, calm space at home where I could function around my business and where they would feel relaxed after school or on the weekends, and where they also held and valued the same goals that I did. And they might look a little different for kids, but we needed to be on the same page, or at least in the same chapter, my husband, me, my kids, about what calm, peaceful home means and how we accomplish it. And it cannot just be my job. It cannot just be your job. I want you guys to get this. I see this mental block all the time. Moms feeling like they are, I've interviewed a lot of clients here. Those replays are still in this group. They're on my YouTube channel. If you want to watch those to feel a little bit of like, aha, oh my God, that's what's happening with me. To hear some of my client stories and then where they are now, over 330 people or something like this have gone through the awakened motherhood journey, and on the other side have realized, and this is going to be super frustrating, and I'm going to follow it up, so stay with me, that it was their own thinking that created that feeling of I'm dragging everybody up the mountain with me and nobody's helping and supporting me. That is in our own minds. And I also just want to say to you, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'm not to blame for my early days of just being a martyr any more than you are of sacrificing your mental and emotional well-being right now for the sake of your job or your kids or what you see as your family's happiness. It is not your fault. You're not to blame any more than I'm to blame. That kind of thinking keeps you stuck. So I invite you right now to just see that as a delay in your progress and call it that and just move on. So from here, I am going to be giving you a resource that's pure gold, you guys, clear, simple techniques and strategies. I'm going to teach them to you live in this Zoom room. And we're going to broadcast to Facebook if all goes well. Like today, everything is going beautifully here. And I'm just going to assume that happens. Sometimes it doesn't when there's an update somewhere, but I'm going to do my very, very best to provide you replays every day. And you should already have the registration link, but if Coach Laney's on, Coach Laney, will you drop the January Thrive registration link? And here's why you want to sign up now. There's so much energy that gets wasted on repeating yourself as a mom. There's so much energy that gets wasted on expecting things to be hard because you don't have the right communication established with your family. There is so much grief that we experience as moms that you may be experiencing right now. Grief can be frustration, anger, sadness, feeling unsupported. These are elements of grief. There's so much grief that you could be experiencing right now as a mom that is using up so much energy, so much space in your brain. There is worry that takes up space in your brain about your kids, about, oh my God, is this kid going to become a monster? They're not listening to me. I don't know what to do. That uncertainty chews up our bandwidth. All of these things can be prevented, you guys. They can all be prevented. And how do we prevent them? By having a better strategy. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to tell you what you're going to get in the Thrive Motherhood Method. And you're going to want to sign up right now. You're also going to book a 20-minute free focus session with me. This is like a workshop prep call. Think of it that way. If you know that you're needing help now, you're a busy professional mom, you're so sick of being pulled in many different directions, and you want to know what to do now, I'm going to get on the phone with you, help you assess where you're at and what you need, and then I'll point you to which workshop session is going to be the best one for you to focus on. Okay, say yes if you're with me in the comments. Say yes if you're with me. Click the like button and give me some hearts. Have you already registered for Thrive? If it's a yes, you're good to go. If it's a no, I don't know what this thing is that you're talking about. I'm going to share it with you now. If this will screen share. All right. And then we're going to drop into the page and I'm going to show you where to look. Let's see if this works. I think you can see that. Can you guys see that? I think so. Let me X that out. Okay, hopefully you can see this. All right, friends. So page looks like this. When you click on the link in the comments and you open it up, you're going to see this. You're going to see some client shares woven through the page. You're going to learn about who I am on this page. If you don't know me or my experience or my expertise, you can get that here and why, how I know what I'm talking about and why you should come and learn with me for this free workshop. 5-day Thrive Motherhood Method. We're going to cover the number one system helping professional moms to be the safe harbor. I'm calling it the safe harbor, that safe place for your kids so that the emotions that they feel are safe with you. They know that they're okay when they're with you so that they can get that for themselves. You can help them get that, but without being a pushover. Without being a pushover. And I see it all the time. Empathic moms, highly sensitive moms, just having almost no boundaries or really flimsy, floppy boundaries that kids push on and they collapse. And we don't want that. Why? It makes your life 10 times harder and it creates monsters. We don't want that. We also, at the same time, don't want this power over our kids. I don't want you parenting so that, you have to be the loudest, strongest, most threatening presence in the room to get them to hear you or follow direction. That does not build safety, trust, and connection. And if you have a little one and you're parenting that way, you're going to want to stop as soon as you possibly can. Come to the Thrive to get some new skills. Why? Because by the time they turn 8, they hit adolescence. From between 8 to 11, you'll see a flip that switches overnight, and they will start parroting all of your power over parenting methods. They will start fighting back. They will, I I mean, hopefully that's best case scenario. They're going to push against you and they're going to fight with you and argue with you. Worst case scenario, they're going to withdraw and isolate. And either way, you don't want it. Trust me. That is a recipe for a lot of things you don't want to welcome into your life. By the time kids get there and you're battling with them or they're withdrawing and isolating, we're talking about depression. We're talking about so much friction in your relationship that they're not going to tell you that something's going on that you would wish that you would know about. You're not going to be able to guide them, coach them, and protect them because they're not going to feel safe to share that with you because you're this sort of scary authority instead of a person who can stay calm no matter what they tell you and work with them and be a team. Okay. So you're going to see this. We're going to talk about and practice establishing mind body calm. That's like step one to regulate your nervous system. We're going to talk about eliminating yelling, yours and theirs. Okay. But also implementing and holding strong, firm expectations and boundaries so that you're not just a soft, squishy center, letting them do whatever they want to do. Like that's not going to work either, right? And then we're going to talk about how to go from self-sacrifice to teamwork. You can see about me here. Take your time to read that one. But here are the sessions, and this is why you want to come to this one. So day one, we're focusing on that safe harbor. What does that mean? How can you get to a place where your stress is not going to spill over onto your kids? You're coming home, your projects aren't done, your emails aren't answered. All hell broke loose at work today or in your inbox and or with your clients or, a lot of my clients have worked in hospitals. It's like, it's just coming at you all day long. How do you then close the book on that and come home without it spilling over or leaking onto your kids? It's a really big trick, and nobody's really talking about this. I'm going to give you a simple strategy to help you with that. Day two, we're talking about parenting in this era, post-pandemic parenting. During the pandemic, if you're working, you know that this is true. Everyone had to become suddenly overnight. It was like we all had to be available all the time. The pandemic, the work from home, a pandemic and all that just dissolved our natural boundaries that we were still hanging on to the last shreds of over the last couple decades with the onset of the internet. Now I'm really sounding like a Gen Xer, but you guys who are not 30 know what I'm talking about. So when that eroded and there was suddenly no clear delineation between work and home, it's like I'm always on. And I want you to just answer this now. How many of you listening feel like you're always in some way on? There's there's a switch on for, are the kids okay at school? Am I getting a call? Is someone sick? That's on. There's a switch on over here that's, does someone need me from work? Is there a fire I need to put out? There's a switch on for home. Oh my God, I have to do this and I have to do that. That's not done. I need to manage that person. Even if you have a support team at home, at work, and with your kids, you have to manage all that, right? You're still the CEO. Okay. I almost said that shit. That shit never goes off. It just doesn't. It doesn't go off when you sleep. It's always on. How do we manage that? Because where this comes up is when people say, I want to be present with my kids, but I don't know how to be present with my kids because I can't shut my brain off. It's constantly running and on and trying to fix things or predict how to solve problems that aren't even here yet, that are going to be here in a month or maybe never. My brain just won't slow down. So we're going to talk about what no longer works from that old system on day two and how to now in this day and age raise responsible and kind children. Okay. The more harried and frantic we are, the less present we are with our kids. That just reinforces that same part of the brain that their Netflix show, when it just rolls right into the next one and they don't even know it. Thank you so much, Netflix. Thanks, but no thanks. I mean, remember the day when we used to have to watch one show a week? Some of you were kids then. We had one show a week. We had to wait a week for the next show. Our brains, our kids' brains will never have to do that. They're getting immediate reinforcement, dopamine hit, quick change. That's their life. And so we are having to adapt how we parent to that, right? But if you aren't adapting, if you don't know how, then you need a roadmap. So come to day 2. Day 3, we get into getting our family. I'm going to include the partners in this one to listen without raising our voices, without yelling, without losing it. This is an energy saving approach that increases trust, connection, and cooperation. You don't need to tell them 10 times. Okay. Come and see me on that one. Session 4, we're going to teach you how to get people to respect what you say, how to develop a rock solid stability. And it comes when you start developing that inner confidence. Comes from inside of you. It's not a fake it till you make it. It's got to be real. It's got to be authentic. Your family can see straight through any facade. Okay. They're going to feel you, your kids. You need to mean it, that you are worthy of respect. And I'm going to talk to you about how to develop that character trait. And session 5, we're going to do some work together, live and in the moment, on how to create a sense of peace at home. So we will go over the keys to getting your family, your people, to own what is theirs without arguing or conflict or drama. And that means ownership means your partner, it means you, and it means your kids, right? It's a top-down trickle effect. So if there are if there's boundary confusion about who owns what between you and your partner, if you're married, you and your spouse, then there's gonna be a lot of confusion for the kids. Do they really need to do it? What does responsibility mean? So we're gonna unpick that one. We're gonna piece that apart, and then all you need to do is click here, register. If you guys aren't registered, honestly, you're missing out on a massive opportunity for an up level for you. This is free. There is, no commitment other than to show up or watch the replays. I will also be giving you a resource to follow along with exercises each day. Sort of like a support workbook homework thing, so that you're going to be able to integrate your learning and share it with us on these sessions. You will be live in the room with me if you come at the scheduled time. The sessions are 11 a.m. Mountain, which is 10 Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern. Come live into the room with your pen and paper ready so that you can make the most of this experience, and you can absolutely ask all your questions. We're going to have Q&As in these sessions. We're going to go for about a half-hour teaching, and then we'll have some Q&As and client shares. And ask your questions now. If you guys have specific questions, someone asked, can I bring friends? Yes. Send the registration link to any friends, any moms who could use some strategies to make life easier, to save time, to build confidence in just running the whole show without, depleting yourselves. Like, we really want our families to get up and do the things that are theirs instead of us doing everything for them. It's just not healthy, you guys. It's not healthy. And you need and deserve to have equality in your home. So we're going to work on that for you. Okay. All right. So any questions you have, drop them below. You can also, as soon as you register, and these call spaces are limited, I'm going to open up a few more for next week, but as soon as you register, click the call booking link in your confirmation page. You're going to get a confirmation. Hey, the workshop starts in this, at this time on this day. And on that page, there will be links for you to add the event to your calendar with Zoom link. So you don't have to think about it. I know how busy you guys are. Just get it on your calendar. I'm going to show you, actually, I don't have that page pulled up, but you're going to see it as soon as you register, the page will pull up and you'll be able to add the event link to your calendar, and you will have the Zoom info there. And I'm not going to blow up your inbox, and I'm not going to blow up your phone, but I have heard from a lot of people, text is so much easier. So if you want to put your phone number in, then you have the convenience of every day getting the join link to your phone, right? Then we forget less If I have anything to do, it goes as a reminder in my phone, because if I'm not sitting at my desk, if I'm running to grab something, then I'll hear the ding, right? Okay. Um, I just want to thank you for your presence and for your willingness to learn and grow, because it makes our families and our children and our communities more connected and stronger. And everything that we put into ourselves goes into our kids. Don't wait. Don't put off to tomorrow what you could be learning today just because you think you don't have time. I will send out replay links for this so you can watch when you'd be doing something else anyway. You're brushing your teeth, you're washing your face at night, getting ready for bed, your kids are already asleep. Watch the replay. It's not that hard. Okay. Do yourself a favor. Come and grow with me. Come and learn with me. And I'll be on next week, next Thursday, to answer any questions about any of this and bring you another, just like a little focus on one of the day's sessions and topics. So we can look forward to that. All right, you guys, share the link, get yourself signed up. And I can't wait. We start January 20th. So see you next time.